Hi everyone, thanks for making the left turn for today, Sunday, December 9th, 2018. I'm George Farrar. Welcome back to the Jax Left Channel, and welcome to the first episode of JAX Maps. I'm pleased to bring you this new series here on the Jax Left Channel and on the Left Turn Network about maps. Maps about Jacksonville. Maps about Jacksonville, Duval County, North Florida. Here we see the original blocks of downtown Jacksonville as originally surveyed in 1822. This is from a History of Jacksonville by T. Frederick Davis. We see the river, St. John's River. These are drawings of these blocks, these original places in downtown where Jacksonville emerged. And here we see a real old map. We see an old map of downtown Jacksonville and Riverside. If you take a look up towards the left, towards the top left-hand portion of the map, you'll see where it says Alligator Road. Okay, before 1859, Lake City to our west was known as Alligator. And then we see where it says Black Creek Road. And then as we go further to the east on this map, further to the right, we see the familiar names that we know when we go downtown. Union Street, Beaver, Ashley, Church, Duval, Monroe, Adams, Forsyth, Bay. As we go further down on the left hand towards the southwest, we see Riverside. You see where it says Commercial? That's Riverside Avenue. Okay? You look over to the bottom right-hand corner of the map to the southeast. That would be San Marco today. If you look further back up towards where I was talking about Alligator Road, La Villa. Okay? Do you see where it says Florida RR Navigation Company, Western Division? I believe that is a railroad line. Okay, look how we've grown. Now this is an Exxon gas station road map of Duval County, of Jacksonville in the 1970s. And I always like to take a look, and will be taking a look throughout the series, at maps that show routes that haven't been completed, that we take for granted today. Let's say you were on I-295 in the early 1970s and you wanted to get up to the airport. Okay? They didn't have it completely finished all the way up to the north. So it's something really neat. We're going to be taking a look at a lot of unusual and weird maps. We're going to drill down a little bit more in this series on the history of transportation, of infrastructure. So you can count on a lot of good shows coming at you in 2019 and beyond that really start to ask the questions about why are things the way they are when it comes to roadways, and how we actually interpret them, how we actually display them. With growth and development, times change and the maps have to keep up, whether they were paper maps back in the 20th century, 19th century, or the 21st century digital maps that we utilize today. So now I'd like to go ahead and start presenting to you weird maps. Each show I want to bring you a couple weird maps that I find. Here's a weird map from the Cold War, back in the days when we had the Cold War between the United States of America and Russia, what we now know as the Soviet Union. Okay, there was a period of time from 1947, around 1947, until 1989, 1990, that the United States and Russia, there were concerns that we were going to go to war, that there was going to be nuclear war. Okay, so this is a map, a Russian military topographical topographical map. There we go. Topographical map of North Florida, South Georgia, including Jacksonville. It's all in Russian. Okay. Now that looks weird. Now speaking of weird, one day back a while back, I stumbled on a 1962 Rand McNally map of downtown Jacksonville that shows 295 near where the 20th Street and ultimately Haynes Street expressways were being constructed, being planned for, and you even see a 295 extending across the river above the Matthews Bridge, which was a toll bridge at the time, into Chaseville, okay, across the St. Johns River, near Arlington, okay. And if you look at this map, you see that I-95 hasn't yet, South I-95 hasn't yet been finished. It's under construction, okay. And we see we can date it that it's before October of 1968, September, October of 1968, because we see Jacksonville Imison Airport. Okay, the airport relocated. We built a new airport in 1968. So there's a lot of fun things we can take a look at. But this one was a head scratcher for me, you know. Now, of course, in 1964, I found this map, and it shows, of course, when you pull out and look with a broader perspective, you see the interstate, South I-95 and North I-95 under construction. This would be around 1964. You see the 20th Street and Haynes Street expressways, but you see the 295 is gone, and there's no mention. Okay, there's no mention of the bridge over to Chaseville, over to I guess we could call it North Arlington today or something. Okay, doesn't exist. Okay, so it's interesting how things change. Now, ultimately, of course, 295 around 1964 began to be conceived of being further out as a beltway of what we now, of course, know as the West Beltway. Now, I've thrown a lot out at you on this episode of JAX Maps. I've thrown a lot at you in this short time that we've had together, but I want to assure you that there are going to be some bigger shows, more in-depth shows. You're going to have a good time, and I'm going to give you a lot of different maps spanning the 19th and 20th centuries as we try to get to know more about how we lived and how we tried to understand our own city and county and how people visiting us would understand and how to get around. A fun time, and I hope that you will continue it with me. Let me know what you think. Please share it. Please subscribe. And please let people know about what's on here on the Jax Left Channel and what's on with our History Jacksonville shows, our coverage of politics. I have a lot planned for 2019. The best is yet to come. Take it easy. See you later.